I'm live. I don't know if I'm live yet. Ooh, am I live just yet? I think I might be live. I'll just double check on my phone, like I always do at the start of our live streams. Because I'm a top-notch professional. Oh yeah, it's a new live stream from me. That's not the thumbnail. Oh yeah, the thumbnail's coming up now. Good. Just make sure you get. Yes, I'm live. You can hear me good. That means I may as well get into this live stream without further ado. So today, just make sure you guys, just make sure everything's going right on the stream and on stuff like that. Yeah, the stream stuff seems fine. So today is my 14th live stream. That's I've done 14 now, yes, and I'm getting ahead of them. I've got some more planned for later on this week. I've got my spoiler discussion on Black Widow, which I'll be doing at some point, either Monday or Tuesday. I'm gonna go watch that movie again to see if my experience changes. But because honestly, I hated Black Widow, but I'm gonna go watch it again because my experience might change, and maybe I'll like it more the second time. Maybe I'll hate it more, but I'll have to wait and see. But I will be doing my spoiler review, my live spoiler review, should I say, of Black Widow. Maybe my live spoiler discussion. Well, hopefully you guys will send something in. Which anyway, brings me to my live stream today. So today I'm talking about two non-superhero topics today. I've been talking about superhero topics a lot lately because, well, I think I'm going to be talking about them again pretty soon. I think we're going to be getting like some more Spider-Man news pretty soon. Well, hopefully sooner rather than later. I expect we might even get another trailer for the Eternals. And at the same time, though, the Suicide Squad comes out very soon as well, which I'm very excited for. But I'm not talking about superhero stuff today. No. Today I'm talking about a new spy action film, which is going to have a huge all-star cast, and it's coming from the same guy who directed the Kingsman films, Kick-Ass, X-Men First Class, and loads of films, and he's directing this new film, and it's going to start shooting in November. I'm going to be talking about that, and at the same time, though, I'm also going to be talking about The Witcher Season 2. And that's probably actually where I'm going to start my live stream today. But before I get into my topics, which I'm going to talk about today, I should say this, get some house cleaning items off before I get into my main topics. First of all, if you don't know what these live streams are, by the way, these are just live streams I do like once or twice, maybe even 3 times a week when I talk about current movie and TV news that's going on in the world right now. Hopefully soon I'll be talking about like a Spider-Man No Way Home trailer, maybe even talk about another Bond trailer if no one's released before the film's coming out. And by the way, I even realised Bond's coming out in late September. I saw a trailer for it when I was going to watch Black Widow, and that showed you how uninterested I am in the film. And I've been watching the Bond films recently. Actually, I need to get back into watching the Daniel Craig era before we get to the new ones, because I didn't even realize how soon this new one's coming out. I thought it was coming out like November, and apparently it's coming out late September. So I need to get back and watching the Daniel Craig ones. But yeah, you get the point. I might, in my next review, in my next live stream, I might talk about another Bond trailer, another Bond trailer release, or just another movie, or just another bit of movie and TV news in general. Maybe some big movie and TV news is released about in John 5 in my by next week, and if there is, can't wait. I'm really excited for that film. But you get my point. That's what I do in these live streams. I talk about current movie and TV news going around in the world right now. And at the same time, though, I should say some other things. I do live next to the main road, so if you do hear a tractor or a bike or a truck going past at any point and it interferes with the sound on this live stream, I do apologise. And at the same time, though, I also have hay fever, so there's a good chance I might sneeze in this live stream. I haven't yet in any of my live streams, actually. I've said this quite a few times. I said I have hay fever quite a few times in my live streams, and I haven't actually sneezed in any of them yet. But there's always a first, So you never say never, and I think I might sneeze at some point in the live stream in the near distant future. And at the same time, though, I should also say my ears blocked as well, so I'm not feeling 100%. But I'm going to power through this live stream best as possible today, because we have some new movie and TV topics that I want to talk about in this live stream. So without further ado, let's get into topic number 1. And topic number 1 today revolves around The Witcher Season 2. This is where I'm going to start today. I was actually going to do the way around, but I changed my mind last minute. Don't know if that's a good decision or not, but we'll have to wait and see. But anyway, The Witcher Season 2. We finally got a new trailer. We finally got our first trailer for this show, for the second season of the show yesterday. It was released yesterday. And at the same time, though, we also got a confirmed release date for this season of The Witcher. Now, I should say something about the first season of The Witcher. From what I can remember, I'm going to go back and revisit before the new season comes out, but from what I can remember, I actually really enjoyed the first season of The Witcher. I didn't think it was, one of the best television shows I've ever seen, but I enjoyed it for what it was. It was a really fun TV show, actually. And, one of the things it does well is the fact that it is, in the end, I know it's based on the books and everything, but it's also a video game adaptation of a TV show. So the TV show is, a video game adaptation of, the Witcher game and everything, which is a huge game. I've never played it myself, but it's a huge game, and I know lots of people who have. And the thing is, though, one thing The Witcher managed to do so well in its first season was it adapted that show well. So many times you get like I don't know, a movie or TV show that try to be an adaptation of a game in some sort, and sometimes it just doesn't work. Or more often than not, it doesn't work. Quite often, it doesn't work. I don't really like the Sonic film that much, and I'm someone who quite enjoys the Sonic games, and I didn't really like this film that much, I must admit. And at the same time, there's also, for example, like the Assassin's Creed film, which I'm pretty sure came out in 2016. I haven't seen it, but I know it's meant to be awful. And just you get what I'm going on about there. More often than not, when a movie or TV show is adapting a video game, it normally goes quite badly. However, The Witcher was an exception. It came out pretty well in my opinion. I mean, there was too much sex in the show, and at the same time, though, there was quite a lot of nudity, which I felt was unnecessary. Kind of similar to Game of Thrones, but I know that's just trying to get that's trying to get a certain demographic there. If you don't know what certain demographic it is, you might be a bit blind. But anyway, yeah, you get the point. It's trying to bring in a demographic there. There was too much nudity, there was too much sex, and at the same time, though, I did feel there was some unnecessary moments in the show as a whole. But I enjoyed The Witcher season 1 quite a lot, actually. From what I can remember, I enjoyed it quite a lot. I thought it was some really good music. Henry Cavill as The Witcher, who's returning in this season, The Witcher, I'm very excited for. He also plays Superman, by the way. Hopefully he will return as Superman as well. Fingers crossed the DC aren't done with Henry Cavill's Superman just yet. But anyway, get the point. Henry Cavill was great as Geralt, as Rivia, The Witcher. I think that's what his name was. I can't remember that well. Like, I must admit, I don't really know anything about The Witcher source material. I never was really into the books. I've never been into the game or anything like that. But the thing is, though, like I said, I enjoyed the show. I enjoyed Henry Cavill's performance. I enjoyed everyone else's performance as well. I thought everyone else did a great job. And this season is apparently also bringing in new cast members as well. There's one guy, I can't remember his name off my head, but he was in Game of Thrones. If you've seen Game of Thrones, you know who I mean here. There was a wildling in Game of Thrones. I think it was a wildling. I might be making up a bit. I don't know. I can't remember Game of Thrones that well. And I have no need to go and revisit Game of Thrones after the final season, which was so disappointing. But there's one character in Game of Thrones who's like the wildling, who's apparently going to be in this season of The Witcher. From what I know, I think he's still going to be in, but I know like COVID might have affected that or something like that. But I forgot the actual name. I have to get it up now. One sec. It's gonna bug me. I'll just jump into here sec to show you. So there's me doing my live stream. One sec. Let's take it up. Right, he's in Game of Thrones. What's his name? You'll know who I mean when he comes up if you've seen Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones cast. Come on. It's not only the main stars, although he's in all the seasons, I'll say on that. Come on. This is brilliant, isn't it? He's not even in the cast set. Right, he was in season 7, but I know that for certain. He's also probably in quite a lot of the other seasons as well. Just give me a sec. It's bugging me, this. Come on. You know who I mean when I get it. He was in the wildling in season 7 of Game of Thrones. Oh, this is brilliant streaming, isn't it? Just trying to fill up the gap there. Oh, wild guy. I might just type in wildling and say this is bringing up the other. Somebody's in the Ed Sheeran there. Oh yeah, Ed Sheeran was in Game of Thrones at some point. What's it? Game of Thrones, wildlings. Where is he? Him. That's it. Him. He apparently is going to be in the new season of The Witcher. As far as I know, by the way, Tormund, that's his name, Tormund, the character's name, I don't know what the artist's name is, but Tormund, I liked him quite a lot in the Game of Thrones, and apparently he's going to be in the new season of The Witcher as well. That was just like a little sidetrack there. I was just trying to look up the actor's name there. That was the best streaming there, but anyway, get the point. I'm really excited to see him in the show, quite a lot actually. I think he'd be great in Game of Thrones, and I think he could be great in The Witcher as well. But anyway, we know the release date for this new season of The Witcher. It's coming out December 17th. Quite similar to actually when the first season came out. When did the first season come out now? 2019, yeah. So the new season will come out 2 years later. Obviously, I think it was meant to come out in 2020 actually, but obviously, coronavirus came around and everything and affected quite a lot of movie and TV stuff. Pardon me there. But anyway, thankfully, The Witcher is finally coming out, and it's coming out later this year. Funny enough, by the way, it's also coming out on the same day that Spider-Man No Home is released. And I'm not going to lie, there's one which I'm far more excited for. And if you're watching the channel for a while, you'll know which one. But anyway, without further ado, let's get into the article that discusses more about The Witcher. So if you bear with me a sec, it's going to do, optical illusion. Anyway, we jump into here. Okay, The Witcher Season 2 trailer showcases series trailer. Like I said, a trailer was released yesterday, and this article was released, yesterday as well. But anyway, The Witcher Season 2 trailer takes the series to care more. I'm not pronouncing that wrong, apologize I am. The keep where Ciri will learn the skills needed to fight Argylle's side. I thought Ciri was good in the first season, by the way. I quite liked it. And then it talks about the first season, the whole I've read the books and everything. The Witcher Season 2 shows how dangerous the journey ahead is for the previously pampered princess. Jarrett seems to indicate that it's not just about learning to fight, but also knowing when to run or hide. And then you go on and on and on. And if you want to, more, the article's here, then a geek. And then, I've seen the trailer now, and I quite like the trailer quite a lot, actually. The trailer was released yesterday, and I liked it quite a lot. I thought the trailer was actually really, really good, and I'm really excited to see the show, actually. I thought the trailer looked a lot darker than the first season. I'm not saying it will be, but I thought the trailer looked a lot darker than the first season, in a good way. I like when a second season of a show, or even like a second movie in a trilogy, takes a darker turn. The example I always use, well, there's many examples, but there's two examples that I always go to, actually. The Godfather Part 2, and also The Godfather, Marksman a bit weirder. The Godfather Part 2, and Empire Strikes Back, and even The Last Jedi. I know a lot of people hate The Last Jedi. Personally, I love it, but you get the point. I love it when, a second movie in a trilogy, or second season of a TV show takes a darker route, and I think The Witcher's going to take that. If you haven't seen the Witcher, the trailer for The Witcher Season 2, can't even speak right, the trailer for The Witcher Season 2, go and check it out. It's a great trailer. It got me very intrigued to see the season. I must admit, I almost forgot about it. I almost forgot about the whole of the show until I saw the trailer last night. I actually think the trailer looks really, really good. I think it's one of the best Netflix shows around right now. I'm really excited to see season 2 as well. Henry Cavill looks great once again as a Witcher in the second season. It also looks like the second season is going to focus a lot more on Ciri. And from what I can remember, I enjoyed the first season quite a lot. And like I said, I'm going to go back and revisit it. I think the second season, though, looks like it's going to be darker and hopefully better, or hopefully as good as the first season. I remember, like I said, I remember quite enjoying the first season, but hopefully it's a bit better. I didn't think the first season was a brilliant piece of television, but maybe the second season is. It looked exciting. It looked a bit Game of Thrones-esque, but I think that's what a lot of streaming services are doing right now. There's the Amazon Lord of the Rings coming next year. We've got The Witcher for Netflix, and there's going to be the Game of Thrones prequel, which is going to be on HBO Max in America, which, by the way, we haven't even got HBO Max in this country yet, which I just think is rubbish. I'm in the UK. I mean, we don't even have HBO Max, which I just think is rubbish, to be honest. But anyway, it doesn't really make any sense, that. But anyway, you get my point. There's a lot of TV shows trying to, reignite the Game of Thrones formula, because you remember when Game of Thrones was at its best, for like seasons, I don't know, I'd say probably seasons 3 through to 7, that's when I've really got into it, when, seasons 3 through to 7 were airing. That's when Game of Thrones really struck a chord with a lot of fans, and became this huge global phenomenon. Even season 8 was huge, but honestly, Season 8 had quite a bad word of mouth, but the thing is, though, there's all these different streaming services now, even HBO Max themselves, who, were the producers, the people who made Game of Thrones originally, they were HBO, and now, even themselves are trying to reignite the, formula that made Game of Thrones so special when it was at its best, and that's what all these Netflix, that's what all these streaming services are trying to do now. Got The Witcher now, and I think The Witcher looks, The Witcher Season 2 looks a bit, Game of Thrones-esque, in a good way, I should point out. I like that it looks like that, and at the same time, though, it also looks. And at the same time, you also have, the Amazon Lord of the Rings, you also have, the Game of Thrones prequel, like I already mentioned, that are being filmed right now. So, all these streaming services are trying to get their own Game of Thrones out there, and I think The Witcher is actually going to succeed. I think The Witcher is actually succeeding already. The Witcher is ahead of both of those streaming services, can we point that out? The Game of Thrones prequel is only just filming, and at the same time, though, the Amazon Lord of the Rings TV show, I've been hearing a lot about it, I've been seeing no footage, though, so, be interested to see how that goes. I know it's meant to come out next year, but still, the Lord of the Rings trilogy, in my opinion, is almost perfect, so I don't really see why you really need a TV show centered around that kind of story. But if they do it well, they do it well. But anyway, going back to The Witcher now, going off topic a bit there. The Witcher Season 2 looks great. I'm excited for it. It's coming out December 17th. Like I said, I said in a previous live stream already that, it was confirmed that The Witcher was coming later on this year, so about a while ago now. And I told you it'd be Christmas. Guess what? It's Christmas, because that's when the first season of the show came out. Fingers crossed season 2 is great. Hopefully it's even better than the first season. Hopefully it's as good as the first season. But for now, we'll have to wait and see. But I like the trailer quite a lot. And go and check it out if you haven't already, because I think it was a really good trailer for this show. But anyway, that was topic number 1 today. I rambled a bit on about how these streaming services are trying to ignite the one Game of Thrones. But anyway, get the point there. That was topic number 1 today. And now topic number 2 is this new spy action film, which is going to have this huge all-star cast. Now, if you bear me a sec, I jump to the Variety article I've already opened here. Oh, immense planning. Hey, here we are. If you look at this Variety article, sorry, we have this new spy action thriller. Well, I don't know if it's a spy action thriller actually. It might just be a spy action film, but it's coming from Mathew. I can't even pronounce my words right today. It's coming from Mathew Vaughn. If you don't know who Mathew Vaughn is, by the way, he directed Stardust, which I think is a very good film, very underrated, by the way. He also directed X-Men First Class, Kick-Ass, 2 films I like quite a lot. And he directed the Kingsman films as well. I'm a huge fan of the Kingsman franchise. The Kingsman is still up there in my, still up there in my top 10 most anticipated films for the rest of this year. Even so, it has gone down quite a bit because the amount of times that maybe has been pushed back. But I think, he's a fantastic director. He's got some really distinctive action sequences in his films. I think they're all really enjoyable to watch to varying degrees as well. And I think his films, just put that down there a sec. I think all of his films have been great. I really enjoyed them. Even Kingsman: The Golden Circle, which got, a relatively mediocre response, I still liked it quite a lot, actually. And I know that parts of that film did feel like a parody of the first film. I still enjoyed it. I still enjoyed the second Kingsman film. Even so, it was definitely not as good as the first. I was a huge step down from the first Kingsman film. But the new Kingsman film, The Kingsman, the Kingsman prequel, looks great. I'm really excited to see it. It's coming out this Christmas as well. Around about the same time The Witcher coming out. And on the topic of The Witcher, look at this cast for, Mathew Vaughn's new film. So, Mathew Vaughn is going to be doing, it's a new spy thriller. That's what it's going to be, a new spy thriller. It says it there in the title of the article. Good job, Spy. Yeah, just missing out the title of the article there. But anyway, get the point. It's going to be a new spy thriller, which is going to start The Witcher himself, Henry Cavill. This new spy thriller has already got such a huge cast as well. We haven't, as well as, Henry Cavill, aka Superman, aka The Witcher. We've also got Sam Rockwell in this in this film as well. We're going to have Bryce Dallas Howard in there, which many people might know from Jurassic World. Bryan Cranston, from, many people might know from Breaking Bad. Catherine O'Hara, which many people might not even know as the mother in Home Alone, which I always think is a bit weird. John Cena. Bit of a weird casting choice, not gonna lie, but if it works out in the film, works out in the film. And Samuel Jackson, obviously everyone knows who Samuel Jackson is. are all set to play in this thriller. Also, it doesn't say here, but apparently, oh no, it does. Apparently, the film will also use we also use music from the pop singer Dua Lipa. Might be pronouncing her name, probably I am. I'm not into her music, I must admit. But apparently she's also going to make her acting debut in this film as well, which is interesting. I'm not sure if I feel totally fantastic about a pop singer being in this film. I get why they're doing it, because in the end, you know, she's hot right now. Everyone wants a bit of her. Everyone, you know, she's a famous singer right now, and I get why they're trying to put it in the film, because it's going to bring a huge audience to the film. But in the end, do you really need a pop singer in a film like this? Because if you read on, it sounds great, the film. Like, it says, apparently, Mathew, which is the producer, which is the producing company, which is making, the production company, which is making this film, is already planning at least 3 films in this franchise, which is going to be centered around the Argylle spy action film. So basically, Mathew is already planning at least 3 films in the franchise, which is based on the debut novel of the same name by first-time author Ellie Conway. And I haven't read the novel yet, by the way. I don't think it's even published yet. The thriller, it says, here it says, actually, the thriller is set to be published next year by Transworld Publishers Limited, a division of Penguin. Shooting on the film will begin in Europe this August. Wow, I didn't know that. I thought it was going to be November, so that's kind of exciting. The film and book will follow the globe-trotting adventures of super spy named Argylle across the US. Every single spy film has to include London, and this one does as well. US, London, and other exotic locations. Pop singer Dua Lipa will provide music for the title track and score, as well as making her acting debut in the film. So, and by the way, there's a quote from Mathew Vaughn here. When I read ignore the video from Black Widow going on there. David Harbour, go away from me. great actor, but need him there. But anyway, when I read, this is from a quote from Matthew Vaughn, who's making this new film, by the way. When I read this early draft manuscript, I felt it was the most incredible and original spy franchise since Ian Fleming's books of the 1950s. This is going to reinvent the spy genre. If anyone didn't know, by the way, when he refers to Ian Fleming there, he refers to the Bond books, because Ian Fleming actually wrote all the Bond books. This could be great. It sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun. The cast sound great. You know, we've got Sam Rockwell in there, which many people might know from Iron Man 2. He was also in Three Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri, which is a brilliant film, by the way. And at the same time, I know he's been in loads of things. I think Sam a great actor. Bryce Dallas Howard seems to be, I think she's great in the Jurassic World films. You know, Bryan Cranston's a great actor as well. John Cena, bit of a weird casting choice, but I kind of like him. And Samuel Jackson, who everyone knows as well. He was great in the first Kingsman film. He was actually the villain in the first Kingsman film, and so he's kind of reunited with Matthew Vaughn there as well. And at the same time, no Henry Cavill. It's excited to see him return as well to the spy genre. I couldn't think of the word there, genre. The spy genre, because if anyone didn't know, Henry Cavill was actually in The Man from U.N.C.L.E., the Guy Ritchie spy film, which didn't get enough love in my opinion. I really like The Man from U.N.C.L.E. I really like it, and Henry Cavill was great in it, but the movie didn't really get that much buzz, I must admit. But anyway, I think that I think this sounds great. My problem with it is that it's not Kingsman 3. And what I mean here is the fact that in the end, and I was going to go to this slide there, I'm not talking about The Witch, but anyway, it's not Kingsman 3. That's what I'm talking about. Why is it not Kingsman 3? Because, you know, this is from Matthew Vaughn, the director of the Kingsman films, and he's going on to a new spy genre franchise. And it's just like, but you already done one in Kingsman. Now, I'm sure Argylle will be great. I've got no doubt about it. I'm sure Matthew Vaughn will make an absolutely brilliant film. You know, he made Kick-Ass brilliant, he made X-Men First Class brilliant, Kingsman Secret Service brilliant, and even the Kingsman Golden Circle has its perks, in my opinion, as well, which overshadow the things that are wrong with that film, in my opinion. But the thing is, though, why isn't it Kingsman 3? Why isn't it a continuation of the Kingsman story following Kingsman the Golden Circle? Why is it a completely new spy? You know, why is it a completely new spy franchise? He's already done a spy franchise. Why does he need a new one? I mean, my thoughts there, and I might be wrong, my thoughts there is that he's had a bit of a falling out with, well, maybe he doesn't love the Kingsman franchise anymore, because it's, you know, Fox now, got it the wrong way around there. Disney have bought Fox, and basically I've got a feeling that, you know, Disney wanted the Kingsman film, the new Kingsman film, the Kingsman, to push back so many times. That the Kingsman was originally meant to come out in February 2020, and obviously the pandemic came around, so it got pushed back. No, it wasn't. No, the pandemic wasn't even around at that point though. It was meant to come out in February 2020. Then Disney bought Fox, and then it got pushed back to September 2020, and then obviously the pandemic got pushed back again. But the thing is though, the Kingsman was meant to come out ages ago, and you know, I think Disney have pushed for that film back quite a lot now, which is quite worrying, to be honest. But at the same time though, I don't think Matthew Vaughn's that happy about that, and I think that's maybe why he wants to move on to a new spy franchise, which is a bit sad, to be honest, because I'm a huge fan of the Kingsman franchise. I was kind of reading all this, you know, news and everything that, you know, who's all-star cast, and, you know, Matthew Vaughn, new spy franchise. Why is it not Kingsman 3? Why is it not a continuation of the story from Kingsman the Golden Circle? Now, I'm not saying that, you know, the Kingsman franchise is over and done with. I don't think it will be. Even if Matthew Vaughn doesn't direct it, I think one day we will eventually get a Kingsman 3, which will star, you know, Taron Egerton, Colin Firth, and so on and so on and so on. But the thing is, though, I kind of wish that was his film. I kind of wish that Matthew Vaughn, in his spare time during quarantine, which it sounds like he's done here, I kind of wish that he wrote another Kingsman film instead of this new spy thriller. I don't know. It could be great. I bet it will be. I bet it will be great. I bet it'll be a lot of fun. I bet it'll be one of my favorite movies when it comes out. I suppose next year or whenever it does come out. Because I know they're filming later this year. But still, it might take 2 years to come out. But anyway, you get my point. I suppose when it does come out, it might become one of my favorite movies of all time. But the thing is, though, at the same time, I wish there was another Kingsman movie. For someone who's a huge fan of the Kingsman franchise, I wish he was doing Kingsman 3 instead of Argylle. But, like I said before, Argylle sounds great. It sounds like it could be a lot of fun. The cast sound great. You know, Henry Cavill, Sam Rockwell, Bryce Dallas Howard, Bryan Cranston, Catherine O'Hara, John Cena, Samuel Jackson, all sound great. Not the biggest fan of Dua Lipa being there, but, you know, gets audience to the film. I can understand why. But the thing is, though, I just kind of wish it was Kingsman. I just wish it was Kingsman, right? I wish it was Kingsman 3. But in the end, it could be a lot of fun. It sounds like it's gonna be a lot of fun. You know, Argylle, don't know what it's gonna be about. It's based on a book that hasn't been released yet, which is a tad bit worrying because the book may come out, and just because Mathew Vaughn loves it doesn't mean we're all gonna love it as well. But at the same time, that apparently it's gonna reinvent the spy genre. To be honest, I think he kind of already did that in the first Kingsman. I would have an argument that he did that in the first Kingsman, to be honest. But anyway, give him a point there. It sounds good, but at the same time, though, I wish it was Kingsman 3. I just wish it was Kingsman 3. But the cast on great. Mathew Vaughn's attached to the director. I bet it'll be a lot of fun then, because Mathew Vaughn, in my opinion, hasn't really disappointed me that much yet. Even so, Kingsman: The Golden Circle was great. I still enjoyed it to a large degree. But the thing is, though, fingers crossed it's great, and fingers crossed it doesn't reinvent the spy genre, and fingers crossed I absolutely love it. I just wish it was Kingsman 3. That's my opinion. But anyway, that is my live stream over and done with today. That's my 2 topics today. I talked about The Witcher Season 2, which, by the way, if you haven't yet, go and check out the trailer for the new season of The Witcher. It's great in my opinion. And at the same time, though, I also talked about this new spy action film, spy thriller, should I say, that's going to be called Argylle, which apparently is going to try and spawn 3 films as well. I know what you did that with Kingsman. But anyway, you get my point there. Yeah, yes, I'm excited to see both, and fingers crossed they both great as well. But anyway, thank you as always for watching today. I'm going to round this live stream up now because I've got things to go and do. But thank you as always for watching today. If you haven't yet, please do click down below and like, subscribe on this video. And just checking the live chat here. No one's put anything. But yeah, no one's put anything in the live chat as usual. But anyway, guys, thank you as always for watching. And if you haven't yet, please do click down below and like, subscribe on this live stream. And look forward to many more, both film and TVs and live streams coming very soon on this channel. My next live stream will probably be coming, like I said, either Monday or Tuesday, and maybe even tomorrow, but probably not tomorrow. Probably be Monday or Tuesday. But look forward to that coming very soon on this channel. But until then, guys, thank you for watching, and see you guys again soon. Bye bye for now. Bye.